us this morning. George, it's been a good morning so far. A lot of listeners giving of themselves, giving of their money to support independent WNYC.
Yeah, you know what, though, Michael? We can keep it going strong with one phone call at a time, one phone pledge at a time to 888-376-9692, 888-376-9692, or online at WNYC.org. How many times have you said to a friend, I was listening to WNYC and I heard this story? That's what WNYC is all about, the stories and programs that make you step back and think about the world. A moving or unexpected story, perhaps like that story you just heard from StoryCorps. I know that was moving me as I was listening to that story. You know, there's so much that you get from WNYC, explorations of some of the biggest questions of our time with the TED Radio Hour. All we're asking you to do right now is to put a value on what this means to you and tell us at 888-376-9692, 888-376-9692, or online at WNYC.org.
And right now, if you go online and pledge your support at the $40 a month level, we'll thank you with a pair of orchestra tickets, the best seats in the house to see Wait, Don't Tell Me at Carnegie Hall on Friday, December 15th at 7:30 in the evening. These, as we say, are the best seats in the house. And the only way to get these orchestra level tickets is by donating to WNYC. We only have 220 pairs left, and once they're gone, they are gone. Goodbye. Contribute $40 a month, and we'll thank you with a pair of the orchestra tickets to Wait, Don't Tell Me on Friday, December 15th at Carnegie Hall. We also have single tickets available for a donation of $20 a month. Get your Wait, Don't Tell Me tickets, but don't wait to do it, because they'll be all gone maybe by the time you think you want to act. But do it now if you can. Call 888-376-9692 or pledge your support right there online at WNYC.org.
Perhaps you're listening right now and thinking, I've never made a contribution to WNYC before. Would it really make a difference now? Truth is, it really does make a difference. Listener support is our largest source of funding. The money we get from other sources is less predictable and vulnerable. So when it becomes to you, you are the most reliable and significant form of our funding. So yes, your contribution makes a big difference. Please make that contribution right now. 888-376-9692, 888-376-9692, or online at WNYC.org.
How we feel inflation versus how we measure it.
Marketplace Morning Report is supported by Amazon Business, helping provide a smarter, easier way to get the supplies businesses need to thrive. Amazon Business, your partner for smart business buying. And by Charles Schwab. Schwab believes every investor deserves to work with a firm they can count on, with financial consultants ready to serve clients and 24/7 live help.
I'm David Brancaccio. About 2/3 of Americans say their expenses have risen in the past year, but only about a quarter say their income is up. This is drawn from a new Associated Press poll, so it's how inflation feels to us. How the data scientists measure inflation is also out now. The Commerce Department just reported that the Federal Reserve's favorite inflation gauge was up only slightly August to September, up 3.4% in a year. The guardians of interest rates at the Fed like this PCE index and prefer it to the other one that gets so many headlines, the Consumer Price Index. Here's Marketplace's Nancy Marshall-Genzer.
The Consumer Price Index, the CPI, and the Personal Consumption Expenditures Price Index, or PCE, both measure the cost of a basket of goods. But the baskets aren't the same. Housing is a much bigger part of the CPI basket, and there's been a huge increase in housing costs, nudging the CPI higher. The PCE is pushed lower because it accounts for consumer substitutions. For example, if beef prices spike, they switch to chicken. Claudia Sahm is a former Federal Reserve economist and founder of Sahm Consulting.
That's going to mean that the shopping cart costs less.
Sahm says there's another difference. The CPI measures what we consumers spend. The PCE also looks at what businesses charge for consumer products and services. Sahm says, think about healthcare. There's your out-of-pocket copay, which the CPI measures. Then there's
the whole cost of the medical care, whatever is paid by the private insurer, by the government, that's going to show up in PCE.
Sam says the CPI has been about a 0.5 percentage point higher than the PCE, although the gap is narrowing. I'm Nancy Marshall-Genzer for Marketplace.
The NASDAQ index fell 1.8% yesterday, its lowest point since May. The index is still up more than 8% year so far, but this morning, NASDAQ futures are back up 0.9%, with Amazon shares up nearly 6% in pre-market trading after stronger than expected earnings yesterday. S&P futures up 0.4%.
Marketplace Morning Report is supported by C3 AI. C3 Generative AI provides ChatGPT enterprise search that is verifiable, secure, and accurate across all enterprise data. Learn more at c3.ai. This is Enterprise AI. And by Smash Boom Best, a funny, smart debate show for kids and families from the makers of the award-winning podcast Brains On from APM Studios.
WNYC